Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for checking out my channel. Before I forget, do me a favor. Just click down there on the subscribe button. It helps me out, it helps grow this community of hot rodders, and it might help you out. Maybe you'll see something on one of my videos that'll help you build your project. Follow along today as I work on this, my 1929 Model A, the bad Hombre, and I do a quick project tonight out here in the garage that completely changes the look of the car. It might possibly change what kind of hot rod it is, perhaps. Follow along, you be the judge. Thanks. Alright, so here we are back in the garage today. Blame social distancing or whatever you want, but I still haven't made enough friends to get the body off of the car to keep digging on the chassis. So I'm working on a bunch of small little projects trying to clean up all the stuff I have to get to eventually, but I figured now's the time. So, for example, today's project is going to be putting a grill shell, or a grill inside this grill shell, which some of you more experienced guys watching can correct me if I'm wrong, but the original Model A's would not have had a grill as we know it stuck inside the shell. If I'm not mistaken, it was just the radiator that was in here. But that's not the case with this one. With my aftermarket radiator, I think it kind of looks ugly that way, so I'm going to put some sort of grill in there to cover it up. So I got to thinking about how I wanted to do it. I had a vision, and I picked up some of this, some expanded metal, and as I put it in front of there, I looked at it, and I couldn't help but think that I could use that double duty to grill some hamburgers or hot dogs on, and that's going to look terrible. So I looked around a bunch more, and I figured out that there's stuff that looks a lot worse, but what I'm going to go with is same idea, expanded metal, but this is the 1/2 inch size on the little diamonds in there. So you can kind of get an idea of what I want that to look like in there. Once I get it in, I'll paint it a special way. It looks real neat, but I've never done this before, but I got an idea and a vision and a little bit of time on my hands, so I'm going to try to tackle this. So the first thing I did was take the grill shell off the car, pulled it off the radiator, I set it up here on my workbench, and then I dug into my magical never-ending supply of cardboard boxes that get thrown in the garage for me to make disappear. And I made myself a little bit of a template. You'll see how that'll fill up the area inside that grill shell nicely. So now all I got to do is take this template, pull it out of there, transfer it over to my expanded metal, find out a way to tie that in to here where it'll stay in the right place and in the car. But I'll get to that in a little while. Jeopardy's coming on, it's dinner time, so I'll be back. Okay, we got some progress. I cut the expanded metal out in the shape of my grill shell and laid it in here. You can see, this is laying in the back side. This thing has a little bit of a curve to it right here down, so I had to take out my rubber mallet and do a little customizing to the expanded metal to give it that curve at the bottom, but it fits in there nice, fits in there flush. Now all I got to do is figure out how it's going to mount in there, and I already figured it out. These holes right here and on this side and top are what tie this shell into the radiator on the tabs here. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to put some brackets, weld some brackets in here, real good to this, that come up and line up with that hole, all 4 of those, and hopefully that'll keep it in position there, in the right position, tight against the front of the grill. So I'll get after that, and then we'll be able to mock it up, and we'll see how it looks then. Here we have it. I got my expanded metal cut out. I built myself some little braces, some brackets I guess, and welded them, all 4 corners here, and then I just pop riveted it on. You can see there. I thought about building a bracket that just came up and then sandwiched in there with my bolts, but I didn't want to have a big old thick, I don't know, I just thought that'd look ugly. So there we have it. It's in there. it's in there pretty good, and kind of check out what it looks like now. I guess this is what it would look like with a grill inside the grill shell on a Model A. Trivia, this is not a 29 Ford Model A grill shell. Bonus points to anybody who tells me what it is. I'll leave it at that. Alright, I'm going to bolt this thing up and we'll take one more look at it. Okay, well, there it is. That's the finished project on my grill shell. My grill itself in the shell. You guys leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I think it makes it look like a rat rod. I'm not really excited about it, honestly, because I'm not trying to build a rat rod. Not that there's anything wrong with it, and some people might call it a rat rod, but it is what it is. I think that looks better than nothing, but it certainly does look kind of ratty. Maybe when I do my American flag paint scheme on it, it'll look a little bit better. So there it is. You can see how it bolts in with the little tabs that I made, pop riveted in the sides and tied in there. I'll probably put some felt underneath around the edge where you can't see it, just to keep it from vibrating. But that's it. I'm gonna call this complete, wrap up this video. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Let's build this community of hot rodders together. All right, thanks, have a good night.